Ladies and gentlemen, we have up here what we are calling Collin County's Magnificent Seven. Give a round of applause. So the same rules apply, candidates. It's going to be 2 minutes for an opening, a minute for closing, and then we're going to ask you questions. If we do have enough time, we're going to go to the audience. Audience, same rules apply. If we do have enough time, we're going to ask you to ask questions, but please be mindful of the type of questions that a judicial candidate can answer. So Sam, we're going to start with you. Sam Johnson, everyone.
Hey everybody, it's good to see everyone, see so many friends in the crowd. My name is Sam Johnson. I'm running to be the next elected judge of the 366th District Court of Collin County. A lot of you I've known for several years now. As a lot of you may remember, I ran in the Democratic primary to be your candidate for U.S. Congress 2 years ago. And as you may recall, I lost quite badly in a runoff election. But what I didn't do is I didn't go anywhere. I stuck around, I helped the party, and I helped my friend Lori Birch, who was the one who defeated me in that runoff election. And I did that because I believe in our values as Democrats. I believe that everybody in our community deserves to have a voice, that they deserve true representation all over our state and across our community. And it's that same belief that led me to run for this judicial seat that I'm running for right now, because what we have at the courthouse in McKinney is not true representation of all the wonderful, diverse citizens of this county. So, a lot of y'all know this already about me. I grew up here in Collin County, in Plano. Other than college and law school, I have always lived here. I have my own law firm. It's also here in Collin County in Plano. I practice mostly business law. Lately, I've been dabbling in some family law cases and even 1 or 2 criminal law cases, so I can start learning a little bit more about the bench that I'm running for and learning more about those procedures that I'm not as familiar with, because the 366th is what we call a general jurisdiction court, which means it hears civil, family, and criminal cases. And I think y'all know me well enough to know I'm going to work really hard to make sure that we get this seat and get some balance at the courthouse. And then as soon as I'm on the bench, I'm going to work hard every single day to prove to Collin County voters that they've got someone in their corner on the bench. Thank you.
Penny Robe.
Hi, Penny Robe. Penny like the money, Robe like a judge wears. So one of the things that's very different about this panel, the Magnificent Seven, and the people you heard from before, is that we are your slate of nominees. None of us are contested in the primary, so all of us are your Democratic nominees. And I just like to emphasize that. So I have a high level of awesome. I've been an attorney for 27 years. I am running for a court of general jurisdiction, as is Sam, and as is Tonya, and as is Theresa. The other 3 courts are specialized, but these 4 are general jurisdiction. I have practiced in every area of law that this court includes. So I have done criminal prosecution, I've done criminal defense, I've done complicated civil litigation cases, and the family cases as well, like divorce and child custody, that sort of thing. I've done that litigation too. So I actually in the Air Force was a judge on one case, so a little bit of judicial experience even. So I want to say the deadline for the money raising was this week, y'all know, and I pulled all the reports for everybody, and while my level of awesome is high, my level of fundraising is not matching my level of awesome. And I just want to put that out there as my ask. So if anyone wants to help me raise my level of fundraising even a little closer to my level of awesome, I would love that.
All right, I'm turning off this microphone because we're getting feedback. So we have Tonya Holt, that's next. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm going to stand up because I'm tall and these little things are kind of awkward for me. I'm Tonya J. Holt, and the J stands for judge. So that's all you have to remember. When you go to vote, you start at the top, but go all the way to the bottom. and you'll see me as Tonya Holt on there, but you have that judge in your mind, because that's what I need to be. And I, like Penny, ran for the Court of Appeals back in 2012, and I came really close to flipping it back then. Penny likes to tell me I worked hard, because I did work hard. I had over 48% of the vote in that 6-county-wide race, so I missed it by less than 2%. This time, I'm not missing it by any percent. We are going to win this thing. We're going to flip Collin County blue. I'm going to be the judge for the 401st District Court. It's a general jurisdiction court, and they've already explained what that is. But just real briefly, a little bit about me. I've been practicing law for 24 years. November 3rd, 2020 will be my 25th year as an attorney. So what an awesome present that's gonna be when I win. So I have an extremely diverse background. I've been a trial attorney for the state of Texas. I was a trial attorney for the federal government. And I practice corporate law. My court, even though it does criminal law, I've been in every prison in the state of Texas on behalf of the prison system. I didn't put the people there, but I made sure they stayed. So please remember me when you go to the benches or when you go to vote. Tonya J. Holt, J for judge.
Next up, Theresa Creevy.
Hello everyone, good to see everyone. My name is Theresa Creevy, and I'm running for the 416th District Court. Like you heard before me, all of our races as far as district courts are uncontested. We are your nominees, so you should be able to vote for each and every one of us. We can't endorse each other, but you know how great each and every one of us are, and we can make you proud. So let me tell you a little bit about myself. I immigrated to the United States back in 1975. I actually came here and didn't even speak one word of English. So you can tell how far I've gotten since 1975. I graduated from USC, no scandal. I went to Texas Wesleyan, which is now Texas A&M School of Law. I've been practicing 22 years as a litigation attorney. And again, you've heard that the seats that Sam, Penny, and Tonya are running our general jurisdiction court. So I have experience, litigation experience in civil, family, and criminal. So I've done, you know, your auto cases, your real estate, breach of contract litigation, or divorces, custody, CPS, juvenile cases. I'm trying actually an aggravated sexual assault case coming up soon. So I've got experience for this bench, and I'm going to bring diversity to the court as well. And so I'm reaching out to Asian Americans to get them to look at all of us, but also me, because we want to bring fairness to the bench. We want to bring impartiality, but we want to bring, knowledge to the court. And judges should they should know the law, and they should follow the law. So that's what I'm letting everyone know, that when you vote for me, you're going to get that. Thank you so much.
Christy Albano. Christy.
Thank you. My name is Christy Albano. I'm running for the 468th District Court. I'm a 22-year attorney, practicing family law the entire time, and I've lived in McKinney for 22 years. This is the first time we've had any Democrats for judge on the ballot in Collin County since I've been practicing here for 22 years. So our only elections for judges have been in the Republican primary, and for a long time there weren't even contested races in the Republican primary. So this is so exciting for me to be in this room with you all. I feel so comfortable, like you're my people. It's so great. And to have 7 of us running is just unprecedented. So we're very, very excited about that. And I do, before I forget, want to say, to pick up on what Penny was saying, fundraising is a big, big deal for this race. And as lawyers, it's really hard for us to get the local attorneys to give us money because they don't want to look like they're not supporting the incumbents. So our local colleagues and our local friends are mostly not willing to put their name in writing for us. So we need you guys to help us and talk to your friends and your family and everybody that lives in this county that you know to ask them to please help support us, because the way our system is right now, it's just hard to get lawyers who are practicing in front of these judges that are currently on the bench to give us support. But a little bit about my background. I am a 22-year attorney. I'm board certified in family law, and some of the other justices were talking about that. There's 100,000 lawyers in the state of Texas, and of that, only about 840 are board certified in family law. And that's important because I'm running for a brand new court. It just started in October. The governor appointed someone to the bench, and it's family only and child protective services. And so it's important you have somebody qualified for that, and I believe this is the perfect court for me with my experience. If you or your family and friends end up in the courtroom regarding your children, it's important to have somebody who has the experience and wisdom to understand the facts and do what's in the best interest of children. Thank you.
Next up, we have Municipal Court Judge David Azad.
I'm going to stand up. I'm going to move the stool because I don't want to be on someone's Facebook later falling out the floor. All right. My name is David Huffman. I'm running for the 469th Court. I grew up in the Dallas County portion of Richardson, and I moved all the way to the Collin County portion of Richardson. Hence, I'm running in Collin County. Let me say this just about everybody up here. One of the Supreme Court justices said, yeah, if we're running, you know we all have a law degree, you know we all have the education that it takes to run. But what you're looking at here in front of you, what you're looking at amounts to over, if my math is good, no fake news, over 160 years cumulatively of legal experience right here. There are many appointed judges in Collin County. The person that's sitting where I am has got 36 months of experience as a governor appointee. I've been practicing almost 25 years. I maintain a private practice. I've worked for 14 and a half years as a judge for multiple municipalities in our area. I'm currently a presiding judge for 3 cities in the Collin County area. So I know how things are happening for us at the county and how they're reflecting our people, us, at the smallest level of court. At the smallest level of court. It does affect you. I can tell you all the ways it does, but I don't want to get the yellow folder of embarrassment or the red flag of shame. So please just know that we are all committed with each other to run. My court would be primarily a family court. I am currently a family law mediator, a regular mediator, an arbitrator, and I practice family law. So just know that with any of these people, you're going to get more experience than what you've ever had in Collin County. Presently, Collin County looks just like our Supreme Court. 0 Democratic judges. 0. And for most of us, we've never even allowed the opportunity to vote on one. Thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Michael Payma, and I think I'm the oldest of the group, right?
No.
Well, maybe. I hope not. Let me tell you a little bit about my background and my qualifications for this bench. I've been practicing law for 25 years, and I think during all the speeches that I've given, I always talk about my experience because I think that's what it takes to be a judge. I have been representing over 700 entities and individuals in lawsuits during the past 25 years. I maintain an office in Dallas, and for the past 25 years, I've been living in Plano and driving every day for about an hour and a half to work and coming back home because I love Plano. I love living in Plano. I'm married for 26 years to my beautiful wife, and I have 2 wonderful children who both graduated from Plano IHT system. My daughter graduated from Plano East IB program, and my son attended the Plano Academy. Going back to why I think this election is so important is that exactly just what David said. Almost none of the judges who are currently sitting on the district court benches in Collin County have truly been elected. We really have an appointment system in Collin County. And after 25 years of practice, and I think I can tell you that I've been in front of every single judge in Collin County for different reasons. The bench that I'm running for is the 471st, whereas my wife calls it the 721st. so thank God she's not my campaign manager. It's primarily designed to be civil, hearing civil matters. And that's where my area of experience has been. And the problem that we have in Collin County, and I think we can change it, is that almost every judge in Collin County gets appointed by the governor, and then they never have an opponent, and they keep being on the bench until they retire. I think we have a group of 7 very qualified candidates that can bring change to Collin County and give the Collin County citizens the type of judges and the type of fairness that they deserve in their county. Thank you very much. Again, my name is Michael Payma, and I'm running for the 471st District Court.
Michael, go ahead and hold on to that. I'm going to ask you the first question. The first question is, how will you balance being an independent judge when you win in November and an elected official?
Well, one thing that people need to realize, and I've been telling that during all my talks that I've had with people like yourself, is that the biggest mistake politicians, even judges, make is when you get elected to a bench, most of these judges, almost all the judges that we have, they think that that bench belongs to them. It does not. That's simply a bench that is entrusted to one of us as a judge for 4 years. And if I have to run for re-election every 4 years and get your vote, guess who I have to speak, who I have to represent during the campaign? It's the people. But if the people that are electing me, or selecting me for a better word, are the special groups, the big corporations, then I don't owe you anything. I will owe them my re-election. But as the 7 of us sitting here, we want to get elected by the people of Collin County, not by the corporations of Collin County. So we have to be responsive to your needs, and we have to treat the bench as a sacred place where we've been entrusted to it for just a short time. And if we do a good job, hopefully the citizens will elect us again. So that's the way I'm going to look at the bench, hopefully when I'm elected. Thank you very much.
The question is, when you take the bench, please describe your judicial philosophy and what you plan on doing once you take the bench.
Philosophical questions, my favorite. Anybody that's ever dealt with me in any kind of setting, whether it's in the city courts where I do preside currently, know that I follow the law. I follow the law. So philosophically, we're all held to that oath. I've taken that oath 14 times because in the city courts we have to take it annually. So philosophically, yes, I follow the law. You've got to have some compassion in there, and I tell you, in the city courts, that is a true people's court right there. That is a true people's court. And sometimes the letter doesn't always follow the intent or the justice of it. At the city level court where I've run into it, it's the same thing at the county level, just a higher instance of charge, where philosophically we know we've got to follow that law. Is it doing what it's supposed to do? Is it helping that person, helping that party? Not always. Not always. I've had people that have had theft charges at a Class C level, and think about this, they're sitting there on Christmas Eve and they have one red stocking with one candy cane in it and a ham and baby formula. Did they walk out of the store with it? Absolutely they did. Does that violate the law? Yes, it does. Should that be the end of that discussion? No, it shouldn't. No, it shouldn't. No, it should not. So you know philosophically where I would go with that, because that's not the end of the discussion. And I won't let it be. And neither will anybody up here. Trust us with that.
Christy, your question is, when you win, what are some changes you plan on doing within your own courtroom?
Well, in general, I think it's important to preside with a good temperament, be fair, listen to everybody. I think reasonable time limits are important, and a lot of these are already implemented in our court. I think it's important not to waste people's time or attorneys' time. A lot of times there can be heavy dockets where attorneys are just sitting up there for 3 or 4 hours or more, billing the client because they can't work on anything else, and that's not appropriate and not right. So I'm also a big believer in adjusting the docket schedule throughout the day so that we're not wasting time, and when you come, you'll be heard and you can get in and out. And I don't really have any other changes. Thank you.
That's great. Thank you, Christy. All right, so your question, Theresa, is how do you define injustice? And when you encounter it in your courtroom, what will you do?
I think injustice is when you come into the courtroom and you're trying to tell your story and a judge won't hear you. They won't even give you your time to speak. That's injustice. You know, people file claims or file lawsuits because they have a dispute, they have a problem, and they want to be heard. And when you get in front of a judge who shuts you down, doesn't want to hear you, doesn't want to be fair, doesn't want to be impartial, that is injustice. And that's one of the reasons why I'm running, because I represent, you know, everyday people, from families to juveniles to individuals who own businesses who have had issues. And when I get in front of a judge to speak on their behalf, and they shut you down, they don't want to hear from you, they give you very, very limited time to speak, that is an injustice. And that's something that we need to change in Collin County, because it's occurring left and right.
Yep.
One of the things is, what reforms do you support to increase access to justice for all?
Okay, so first of all, let me just say this. I'm running for judge. I'm not running for an attorney position. So I think that in giving access to all, the courts have to be willing to listen. Like Theresa was talking about injustice, due process is vital. People have the right to be heard by these courts. And if you are not at court because you got something else to do, then somebody can't be heard. When you elect me, you will find me at work. You will find me in that courthouse. Okay, so people have the right to come that way. Also, inequality in the sentencing, or, you know, you can have two people come before that bench who committed the same crime, but somebody has a better attorney. That's inaccess to me, because it shouldn't be about the money in your pocket when you come to court for justice. It needs to be about your rights as an individual. And so I think that even though some attorneys are better, and we all know that because we're pretty good up here, right? So you will have some attorneys that are better than others. But sitting there, I know what I just gave to that other person. I know what kind of deals were reached. You know, I might miss some, but I won't miss them all. And because that's important to me, that everybody has an equal playing field when they come into that court.
Penny, your question is, can you explain the differences between the various district courts in Collin County, and are there any differences?
Yes. Lawyer joke.
Please explain.
Sorry, I was only answering the question asked. It's like, do you know what time it is? Yes. It was on the West Wing too. So the differences in the district courts in Collin County, we are the largest county that still has general jurisdiction courts. But we now have some specialized courts. There were 2 new ones established this time, and there were 2 established 4 years ago, I believe. And so these courts that the 4 of us are running for are general jurisdiction district courts, so they take all kinds of cases that qualify to be in district court. So what that means is you can have a criminal case in our court, you can have a civil, and you can have a family law. So what that means is family law cases are laws related to the family, like divorce, child custody, things are related to that. And then criminal, I think everybody knows what that is, because TV, right? So then the civil litigation thing is the kind of catch-all for all other kinds of stuff. So you might have like a breach of contract case or a car accident case. So things like that. And those would come in front of all the courts the 4 of us are running for. Because we don't have specialized criminal courts in Collin County, and there's all kinds of politics about that, but that's not what we're talking about. These general jurisdiction courts are leaning real heavily toward the criminal docket. So the estimate is that they're going to be about 70% criminal docket once now that the other specialized courts are up and running. So I think that's a good overview.
Excellent answer. Sam Johnson, Sam and I go way back, so maybe the hardest question for you.
Gee, thanks.
What will the impact be if we can flip one or more judicial seats in Collin County? And how many seats must we flip to have an impact?
We need to flip one to have an impact. We need to flip all of them to have the right impact. The courthouse, when you have a courthouse that's been dominated by one party for decades, there's no sense of duty to the citizens. There's no sense of having to continually earn your job every single day that you're going in. And when you talk about public servants and elected officials, judges, perhaps more than anyone else, have people in their courtroom day after day who, for them, this may be the most important day of their entire life, no matter what that case is. And they deserve to know that the person hearing their case, determining how it progresses, and allowing their lawyer to do what they need to do, the citizens have a right to know that that judge has each citizen's best interest in mind and not the judge's own political interests. That is not happening in McKinney right now. And that goes beyond Collin County. It's affecting other issues that are more statewide issues, things that are happening in our own Collin County courthouse. So when y'all think about who you're donating to, when you think about who you're block walking for and phone banking for, remember that these judicial races may end up having the most significant impact on your daily life and some of the most impact on statewide issues that we hear about with some of our other elected officials.
Sam, why don't you go ahead and start us off with that 1 minute closing statement that you'd like to leave people with.
Thank y'all so much for being here. It's been an honor to talk to you. It's really cool. I remember when we only took up maybe 1 or 2 tables in this restaurant. And to see this room full of people who I know are out there hitting the streets, hitting the phones, is such an inspiration. And for those of us who are putting our reputations at the courthouse where we work potentially in jeopardy, or at least our experiences when we walk into those courtrooms, it's comforting knowing that y'all are here supporting us and that you're going to make sure that the hard work we're doing is matched by the hard work that you're all doing. So thank y'all so much. We need your support. You can donate to my campaign at samforjudge.com, or I'll be happy to take a check today. But really, thank y'all so much. Y'all know how to find me. I'd love to talk with you about any other questions you have. Thanks.
So I am super excited to be part of this magnificent 7th slate running for judge in Collin County. It is, as you know, Tonya and I ran in 2012 for the Court of Appeals, building on what Tina Clinton did in 2010. These things matter so much, and we are, all of us, making this sacrifice that Sam was talking about, where, you know, we're out there making, you know, we put our necks out. So we do appreciate you guys having our backs while we're doing that. So again, my level of awesome is high. Please help my fundraising level better reflect my level of awesome. And we all also have Facebook pages, and I'm on DonorBox through Facebook if you want to donate to my campaign. And man, I would love to have one of those monthly recurring ones. Like, you know, those are awesome. So thank you for your support and for being here. I'll pass it on.
Again, it's Tonya J. Holt, J for Judge. I'm running for the 401st District Court. It's an open bench, meaning there is no judge seeking re-election there. So we have an opportunity to let the people of Collin County know that the blue wave has hit. So You know, make sure you tell everybody, tell them about us, you know, especially tell them about me, but tell them about all of us. We call ourselves the Magnificent Seven because we are, and we intend to work hard for all of you, and we want to make everybody proud. You know, there's nothing worse than electing somebody and their total disappointment. We will not be that disappointment. We will be fair, we will be present, we will be on time. Thank you.
Thank you so much for everyone for being here today. Again, my name is Theresa Creevy. Bui is Vietnamese, just to let you know. But I'm running for the 416th District Court. I'm on Facebook. Please share my page, share my campaign, because we can win. We can win Collin County, each and every one of us. We need your help. We need our names dispersed out into Collin County. When you see our post, share with your friends and continue to share, because name recognition is going to be so important in Collin County. Thank you so much for today.
Again, I'm Christy Albano, running for the 468 District Court, New Family Law Bench. My Facebook page is Christy Albano for Judge on Facebook. And if you could all please like and share that page, that would be amazing. I do think, I 100% agree with what Sam was saying. There's a sense of entitlement in our courthouse, and they are very much being pressured by the conservative Republican Party. And if you look at any of those candidates, that's what they're pushing. They're pushing their party politics, not working for the people. And I think if any one of us wins, that's really going to have an effect on how that party's controlling what's happening at the courthouse. So we really appreciate your support. The hardest thing for judge candidates is just getting the word out there that we're qualified. Because the only qualification by the state and the governor is 4 years of practicing law. That's it. And so there's no looking into how qualified people are, the candidates are. And so we need you to please let everybody know about us and who we are, and that we are very qualified. Christy Albano for Judge, thank you.
So we're last today, just like we were on the ballot, so thanks for bearing with us here. You know, why it's a problem that it's all Republican right now is because they don't make the hard decisions. And let me tell you what a hard, uncomfortable decision is. You got to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Being uncomfortable is being a presiding municipal judge and a defendant being a council person that asks for a bench trial because they clearly want favor from you, and they vote on your reappointment. And you sit there and you find them guilty, and I've done that. It's not comfortable, but it's what the law mandated. So I can make those decisions because I have to look at me at the end of the day, and I can do that. Now, why haven't any of us run before? For me, I just wasn't a believer. I just couldn't believe. I've lived here my entire adult life and had no Democrat to vote on. We believe now. All of us have our own practice. All of us. And we are giving it to you because we now believe. And what we need is for you to believe in us. Believe in us. Help us raise that money. Vote for us. That's what we need from you because we all got to believe together. Thank you.
Michael Payma. Had somebody asked me 2 years ago if I would ever consider running for a public office or a bench, my answer would have been definitely no. Because I was running a very profitable law practice. I'm still running my law practice with 5 or 6 attorneys that work under me. But few things happened to me in the past 2 years where I saw that things on Collin County Courthouse are getting really, really bad. Time for a change. And just like David said, we are giving up everything that we worked for the past 25, 22, 26 years, because as judges we cannot run our practice. And we want to serve the community and bring that change that Collin County so deserves. So I hope you all will consider, each and every one of us, go to our Facebook pages, go to our website pages, and tell your friends about us. Because it is difficult to get our names known to all the public, all the people that need to vote for us. Collin County is a big county now. So please, that's what we need you all to do, get our names out there. Thank you very much.
So it cannot be understated. The individuals that you see up here are absolute trailblazers. As an attorney myself, to have these individuals up here running for a judicial seat here in Collin County put their necks out on the line. Think about it. You are representing clients. You are taking these individuals to a district court that even if you're not running directly against that judge is obviously friends with the other judge that you might be running against. Are you blacklisted? Legally, justice should be blind. But they are absolute trailblazers. I hope you appreciate just what they are doing here in Collin County. The other thing I want you to know, everybody, Christy said it best, Sam touched on it as well, Penny has been asking for it. The fact of the matter is that if you were to go to a Dallas County fundraiser, you are going to see all of these large law firms donating. Those are the same law firms that you're going to see donating to the Republican causes here in Collin County to the Republican judges. And you would say, why are they donating to the Democratic judges in Dallas County and to the Republican judges here in Collin County? Because the large law firms, they want to pick the winners. They know who's going to be taking their cases. They know who's going to be seeing this. And it's not like they're buying favor with these judges. Because again, justice is supposed to be blind. But they are saying, hey, I'm in front of you. I'm saying hi. You know who my attorneys are when they appear before you. And that's why they can't win broke, folks. That's the truth. Please open up your wallets. These are the guys that are absolute trailblazers here. They need your help. Folks, the Magnificent Seven here, your Collin County Judicial Candidates.